Good morning or afternoon. Today we're going to talk about personal expenses. Those would be things that you spend your money on after you get your paycheck. The reason we're going to talk about that is you want to create some sort of personal budget when you are out in the real world, basically keeping track of how much money you have coming in and how much money you can afford to have going out. So essentially what we're looking at are just selected expenses based on personal lifestyle choices. These are things that you don't necessarily have to have all of, but you'll have most of these. First off, housing. You want a place to live as an adult. You could be paying rent. You could be paying a mortgage. A mortgage is essentially you've borrowed money from the bank to buy a home yourself. Or you could live with your parents, so maybe you don't have any housing. Again, everybody has a different lifestyle choice, and these are the things we have to decide on our own. No one else can make these choices for you. You also have to buy food, so that could be things like groceries, going to the actual grocery store. Could be, going out to restaurants, which is a little more expensive, but you can definitely want to do some of that. Or you could be eating over at, grandma's house where it's free. So again, there's all kinds of different lifestyle choices for everybody, and these are where, again, you get to make some of these yourself. All right, transportation. You could buy a car and have no car payment. Most people don't have enough money to do that, so maybe you'll have to borrow money from the bank to get a car, which means you have to pay a monthly bill. Or maybe you just decide you want to have a bus pass. Maybe you decide you want to walk to work. That's free. Or maybe you just buy a bicycle. So there's a lot of different, again, options here for you. Next would be savings. And again, you don't have to save money, but you can. Maybe you want to make a big purchase down the road. You're saving up money for, a motorcycle or a new TV or something. You want to save for retirement if possible. Sometimes, again, there isn't enough money for you to do that, so it just depends on your situation. And again, there's other savings accounts you can have. You can have college saving plans and things like that as well. Then we have what's called utilities. Utilities are basically things that you have in your home that you are paying for. For example, you're paying for a phone, whether that's an actual phone line in your house or for your cell service. Paying for Wi-Fi, paying for electricity, paying for gas so that you can heat your house, paying for all kinds of things like that, insurance, those types of things. And then there's the other personal category. And that's where you spend your money on yourself. Like maybe you have hobbies. Like maybe you like going to the movies. That's not free. Maybe you play a sport. That's not free. Maybe you have a collection. Maybe you collect Beanie Babies. Or I had a friend one time that collected Pez dispensers. What a random thing to collect. But you know what? He spent all kinds of his own money on those Pez dispensers. What a weird thing, but hey, everybody has different choices again, and that's what this is all about. Everyone has different things that they would do with their money. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about how to find the percentage of your monthly net income. So let's just pretend your monthly net income is about $3,000. Net income is the money you bring home, not counting the money you've given to the government for taxes and all those other things. So again, this is not your full salary. This would be, after all the deductions. So let's say your monthly net income's $3,000, and I'm using that because that's pretty much what mine is personally. Now I'm not including my wife in there, but that's me. All right, transportation. So let's say that you are going to be putting together a category on your assignment today for transportation. That means you take your car loan, and this is what my wife's payment is. My car's junky and old. I've already paid it all off, and I don't know anything anymore. But for my wife, she has a car payment of $650 a month. She got a brand new car last year. They're not cheap. It costs about $50 a month in gas, and another $65 a month in insurance, just in case you get in an accident. So that means we spend about $765 per month just on my wife's car. That's a lot. Good thing my car is free, essentially, other than gas and insurance, but it's pretty low. So how do you find out your percent of your monthly net income? So you take the amount that you're actually spending on a particular category. In this case, my category was transportation, all the things involved with a transportation vehicle for myself. And then divide it by the actual amount of money you make per month. Not before taxes. You want that to be after taxes. And you get a decimal, and you convert that to a percent. So I'm spending about 25% of my money just on my wife's car. Again, good thing she also has a job. It adds into our net income. Good thing I have a cheap car and all those kind of things. So this is what your work is today. You're going to be trying to kind of break down a generic monthly budget for Manuel, I believe is the character's name on the worksheet. And you're going to be doing some of this monthly net income percentage work. So again, your work is basically categorizing things and kind of organizing them and then coming up with some percentage numbers based on this little division formula here. All right, if you need any help, you know how to get a hold of me. Good luck today.